In a new video called Family Therapy, Roth appears to apologize for a previous video where he expressed frustration over working with Wolfgang and Van Halen. He starts by saying, "I've upset some people, but I love my old band and miss Ed. I didn't intend to hurt anyone," before dramatically screaming and shouting, "Psycho you." He then shifts to a scene where Wolfgang is in therapy, complaining about not getting any streams. When asked why, Roth, playing the therapist, responds, "I think you're old enough to understand. Your album was DOA." Roth goes on to say, "Son, commercially speaking, you got beat." The whole video seems to reference Van Halen's final album, A Different Kind of Truth, featuring both Roth and Wolfgang. The album was taken down from streaming platforms in October 2022, and Roth believes it's because the other Van Halen members didn't want to pay for legal defense. He also shares his thoughts on the album, likening it to Muhammad Ali's last fights, saying, "Nobody wants to remember those because they weren't enjoyable." In response, Van Halen's other frontman, Sammy Hagar, addressed Roth's comments about him and Wolfgang. "If you really think about what he said, it seems like there's some jealousy or something," Hagar told People. "Maybe he feels left out? Honestly, all I can say, without being harsh, is that he needs a new dispensary. The one he's using isn't doing him any favors." In November 2020, Wolfgang told Rolling Stone about his relationship with Roth, saying, "We're cordial, but it was strictly business. We were always cool, but only saw each other on stage." In 2020, Wolfgang also shared a funny prank a tour manager pulled on Roth during Van Halen's final shows, which wrapped up in October 2015 at the Hollywood Bowl. Speaking to Spin, Wolfgang explained, "Throughout the tour, Dave got upset whenever he saw someone with a beach ball. It wasn't unusual for an outdoor concert, but every time he saw one, he'd stop singing, demand it be thrown on stage, then stomp it and throw it off. Before the last show, the tour manager told my dad and me about a funny surprise. During the final song, Jump, they planned to release 50 beach balls from the audience. We were curious to see what would happen, knowing that even if Dave got mad, it was the last show. Sure enough, during Jump, a flood of beach balls came down, and Dave didn't know how to react. But we all laughed it off. And it was just a really fun, almost like a fun practical joke. And yeah, that was a really fun memory of that show."